Welcome back to Good Morning Vail. Just every time that we have Dan Smith come on the morning show, I learned something new, or you have me cracking up, and I have tears in my eyes. Anyway, oh my gosh, great storyteller, this one. Now, when it comes to Vail Mountain Rescue, you know, people get in a bind, and especially, you know, it doesn't matter the season, right? It's year round. But you guys, really, you are the ones that can help save people that are in a really bad situation in a variety of ways.
Well, this is kind of our slow period, so if you guys will bring up the slide chain, I wanted to show you kind of the things we do throughout the year. And
Okay,
this is mountain rescue. This is what we do.
All right.
Skiers, snowboarders, snow machine rescue. Anything in the winter is probably going to involve one of those three. And a lot of times we have to go skiing for them. Sometimes we get them on a snow machine. Once, twice a year, avalanche rescue. That's an avalanche that was out in the Resolution area, and that was a fun one. Oops. That's what a real avalanche really looks like, except those snow blocks are just a little bit small. We're probing there for trying to find our subject. And then when you find them, you got to get them out, so you package them. We also do ice climber rescue, mostly in East Vail. There's 4 or 5 ice climbing venues out there, and about once a year somebody falls. We do helicopter rescues. We hang people under helicopters sometimes. We land and get out of helicopters other times, and no, the rotor blades aren't bent. That's a sort of a photographic thing. And we get lowered. This is one of our guys going out the door. We sometimes use the Chinook, which is the big helicopter in the back. High and low angle rope rescues. This is a high line, just sending somebody over a canyon on a rope. That's takes a while to rig. You actually have to know what you're doing.
Oh my gosh.
This is just hanging off the face. You see a litter there and 2 people on it bringing a patient up. We lower probably more than we bring people up. We don't do many of those. Our terrain here is really not suited to it, but every other year or so we do one. We do a lot of work at night. Night work is a whole different world, because you can't see where you put that thing down 5 minutes ago.
Right.
It's just laying on your feet, but you can't see it, even with a headlamp. Swift water rescues, we do those. We have a lot of streams around here, and in the spring, we do, a half dozen to a dozen boat rescues and a lot of abandoned kayaks. Hiker rescues is sort of the bread and butter, and it generally involves walking down a trail till you find the guy. And when you find him again, you have to get him out. So there's a litter going out on a carry-out, and it takes about 20 guys to do any kind of a significant carry-out.
Wow.
It takes 6 on the litter at a time. You can last about 20 minutes, and then you have to swap off.
Okay, and a litter, that's the people that are
Stokes
carrying
basket.
the...
Still got a couple more.
Okay.
If you...
So...
We also seem to do stranded motorists.
Oh
We
my
did about
gosh.
10 of those this year, and this is one that he's up there and he's good and stuck. And that was earlier this year. We put a lot of time and effort into training. This is a shot inside our cache with our climbing wall. We can replicate anything we do on a real wall, on that climbing wall, and it's a chance to train year round and have the instructor, 1 foot from the guy that's trying to tie the knot. No, you tied it wrong, tie it with your other hand. This is a shot we train with Special Forces and with the SEALs periodically. They know war, we know snow, and it works out very well. We do disaster relief. We were down in Boulder for the floods. We did those, and I think that's trying to tell me we're about out of time.
Yeah.
We pretty much do everything. If you're 25 yards off the highway, we're the people you're going to see. You may see fire departments too, but we're the people you're going to see.
And we're so glad that we do get to see you. And we'll check in more with Dan here in just a little bit to talk about some missions. But before we do that, Dan, we got to take a look at what's happening with our weather. So coming up, Mark Sassy has a look at what is in the forecast, and there is snow still headed our way. Let's check in with him.